Fear leaks from the redness of your chest veins. Let recon scope little boys from their mom home. Used to whip your daddy at the front door. Turn your house to ashes with my Molotov coffee. Yo, what's good? What's happening? You feel me? This Kageebo laced. We out here. We already sitting down and stuff. We already made a mixtape. I mean, an album. It's already about to have 12 songs. Right now, it's only got a 10. 2 more and it's down. I know my twin brother, me, myself, and my money, Geebo laced. He got 12 songs ready. He's already got his album, Lake of Fire and Sulfur. We coming out with the We've Seen Death Gang, Brown Chronicles. This is just it's not a podcast. This is not a podcast. This is only the first cast. It's only one video cast released right before I drop the foreword to the story about the Philly cheesesteak, about the boy eating the Philly cheesesteak sandwich in front of a giant church bell. This is just the one cast coming out before that video. It's dropping soon. It's extended. It's gonna be in the CD. In the casing of the We've Seen Death Gang Brown Chronicles. It's on there. On that is the video. The video is on there. There's no documentary. It's a Chronicles. This is not a TV show. I didn't say television Chronicles. I said Brown Chronicles. There's just an extended video of a foreword of a short story, but we got you on a book. Every single song is a story. If you knew about it, every song is a story, and it's all connected along with that one story about the Philly cheesesteak sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna be dropped. I fear that if I write a story about each song, which I will, it's easy. Look at what I'm doing already. I'm already reading a book. You know what I'm saying? Bypass. Medical revolutionary science, the new technique, inhalation therapy. I don't think it has to do with coronavirus or corona something else, but the coronary arteries of the heart, how they would inject acid into human beings if they ever got infected with poison in World War II, and that will get rid of every metal, everything, every toxin, and then within the blood, it will just seep it all through and destroy everything in the bloodstream, other than blood itself, except for blood. And then besides that, that's pretty much all it is. If I write a story about each song, I fear it's gonna come up to about 300 pages. That's the We've Seen Death Gang Brown Chronicles book. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's also gonna come with a poster inside. It's gonna be all the songs. It doesn't have bonus tracks. That's me, myself, and my money. That's Geebo. He got bonus tracks, you know what I'm saying? He only makes himself Lake of Fire and Sulfur. I don't think he's gonna write a book. He can't do that. He does not about that. He's not about that. It's not even about what you're about. For somebody, it's about like some video game character. He dies hard for it. You know what I'm saying? It's basically up on the Brown Chronicles, you know what I mean? If you hop on a fence, back in the day, you couldn't hop even your friend's fence. That's so disrespectful. You coming through the front gate, why'd you have to hop my fence? That is extraordinary disrespect. You're not gonna do it. It's not about a picture of a guy hopping a fence and you take a picture of him because he has a towel around his neck hopping a fence. Off of how many fences he's hopping, they call it in the Chronicles. It's not about that, although those are okay. It's okay if it's a green towel. I heard if it's a green towel, it makes sense. It has to be a green towel. It has to be sunburned. Sun faded green towel. If it's a sun faded green towel, I heard it was fine. I don't know where I got that information. But somewhere I heard if it's a sun dried green towel, all sun faded, that is a Chronicles album. That album is it's Chronicles, all the way Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it ain't. But other than that, it's basically like this. If I told you that we was sitting down, you know what I'm saying? We're coming out with what? With hoodies? We're coming out with sweaters? What's on the sweater? It's in the album cover on the front. All right. My name Kageebo laced on each sleeve. On the back of it, a gigantic Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It's a Subway sandwich on the back, drenched in mustard. On the side of it, it's a mustard bottle. On this side, it's a little bag with a little tie on it. filled with little brown balls called grains of mustard. The grain of mustard is the original plant. If you go into science and Google it, every plant stemmed from the grain of mustard. The grain is a seed, and it's any ancient seed. It's an ancient seed, so it's not a seed. It's a grain. It's not mustard. The mustard bush is ancient, and before it's yellow, it's brown, and it is ancient, so it is not a seed. It's a grain, and every plant stemmed from this grain of mustard. Every plant came from mustard. What plant did not come from mustard? Strawberries, they came from mustard. Watermelons, they came from mustard. Pineapples, watermelons, melons, apples, oranges, cucumbers, mangoes, the most venomous plants, the dangerous plants, poison ivy, even the most venomous, dangerous plants, corn itself, they all came from mustard. They all came from the grain of mustard. A little brown ball, that's called the grain of mustard. Before I find out it's actually a big old brown ball like this. I don't know. They sell grains of mustard at the store, a little like this. I'm sure to show they're like that. I forgot already. A bag of that right there on the side. On the back with a Philly cheesesteak sandwich on top of it, a church bell, and right underneath that on the bottom right, an eraser. An eraser. And then I'm gonna hire somebody to modify these hoodies. I'm gonna go to the store and I'm just gonna jack every Batman mask they got that's made of cloth, and then I'm gonna hire somebody, check it out, cut this piece and morph it into the hood. So when you put the hoodie on, it has little Batman horns, it has little Batman masks like right here. Boom, hoodie with a Batman mask. Boom, Kageebo lace on each side. Boom, the album cover of the We've Seen Death Again, Brown Chronicles on the front. Philly cheesesteak sandwich on the back. Racer on the back. Church bell on the back. On the side, a bag of grain of mustard. On this side, a bottle of mustard. And then we're also gonna actually have a strawberry water and a bag of cheese puffs. Bam, a bag of cheese puffs. Wow, and a bottle of strawberry water somewhere else on the sweater. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really cool. This is the cast right before I release the afterword, because something that's a podcast is because it's before and afterword, and it's not a podcast. It's just a cast. Podcast is there's gonna be a whole bunch. I mean, why would you need to make unless there's gonna be a cast part 1, 2, 3, and 4? By the time it's 4, it's gonna just say podcast, and then by the time you get to the 4th one, say the final cast, part 4 of the podcasts. It's because it's before an afterword. So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be coming out there. I know y'all saw that album cover. Tell me that's not sacred. That's sacred. That's hella original. Not original. It's hella like. That's Mauricio. The name Mauricio derives from somebody that has an extra bedroom in their house. When nobody had that. You have an extra bedroom in your house. Why? Well, the name Mauricio derives because it's a guy that has, instead of just his bedroom in his house, he has an extra bedroom, and he has a nickname for it. And he does bad stuff in there. He tortures people, and he nicknamed it Hell. That's where the name Mauricio came from. That right there, what you saw right there, is literally Mauricio itself. That's literally the album cover. It's sacred. I'm telling you. If anybody saw that, look, the big homies right now, they're like 300 years old. They never age. I'm talking about not even. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's down to the fact, like, this part's true. The levels of the devil. You know what I'm saying? The level 8. The devil, he transforms one piece by piece. Level 8 is the devil. Level 7, I'll tell you right now. Level 6, it's Pennywise the dancing clown. Level 5, I forgot. 4, forgot. 3, forgot. 2, I'll tell you right now. 1 is the founder of the YNL. Founder of the YNL. 2, the founder of the YNL with reading glasses and a piece of paper. Then it goes 3, 4, 5, 6, Pennywise. 7, the devil, the chosen one of the devil. The chosen one of the devil. It's a guy that has red eyes. A guy with the red eyes. A guy with red eyeballs. It's a man with red eyeballs. It's a man with red eyeballs. But that's power. He's more powerful. And, you know, Pennywise the Dancing Clown cannot phase him. He'll destroy Pennywise the Dancing Clown. And I read the book, Pennywise. And I didn't read it all, but in the book, he's actually. It's. I swear, I don't know where I got this, but in the book, Pennywise the Dancing Clown, Stephen King wrote it. It's all insane, just because Stephen King. This book is nothing like the movie. It's nothing like the movie. Pennywise is. It's a outer space, omnipotent being. That is a giant turtle in the center of a galaxy. He's a giant turtle inside the center of a galaxy. An omnipotent turtle. That's what Pennywise the Dancing Clown is. All right, now you got an eye with red eyes, red eyeballs. The red eyes is more powerful. He'll phase him. He's more omnipotent. He's more powerful. I'm talking about the real red eyes, the chosen one. The red eyes comes equipped with a tattoo. The red eyes can split his whole head. And, you know, not even that. That's something else. There's something with a black handprint. With two-headed henchback. The red eyes just have the tattoo, but he's a regular person. He's a samurai, though. Because the devil is a samurai. I'm talking about the old school devil, where it's the Diablo. It's a red being with the horns and the tail, and he turns yellow, and he has little imps that come out the ground that dance around and play tunes and stuff. And that one right there, he's a samurai. In the first, I remember the whole cartoon thing. The first thing he wanted to do is when you meet him, is to crack a joke insulting him. Because that's actually what he wanted for some reason. And he has a trident. He has a trident that comes out the ground. You never see that. You never see it. You'll never see it. If you saw it, that means he liked you. If he actually pulled the trident out on you, it's because he liked who you are. And then you got other things, you know what I'm saying? It's the poster, it's the album cover, it's the book. It's coming with those videos of the story, and this video, this cast, and the afterword, and that's pretty much all it's gonna come with. This is the video cast right before the afterword. This is thank you for watching. You know what I'm saying? Before we do other stuff like in the afterword, you know what I'm saying? I don't really gotta have nobody to give shout outs to, but it's how we get down. It's what it is. This is what it is. And anybody out there on the streets right now trying to get mad at me or something, supposedly they say they want a funk, like they beef. Even Gangsta Gucci cannot phase me, bro. He cannot phase me. Look at the video I'm about to put at the end of this cast. Look at it and then tell me what you think about me actually going against this man. I'm 25. You think he will actually stand a chance in fighting in combat with me? Look at the end of this video and look what you're about to see at the end of this video. And then anybody out there on the streets trying to say something, it better not be that my album cover is hella disrespectful, because all the violence and all the evil that is here. It's not about that. Nobody out here ever stood for violence. Nobody out here wanted to be evil. Nobody out here was ever about nobody trying to torture people. We didn't stand for that. Nobody was founded and created to torture, and nobody created that. That's just Mauricio. That's the spiritual embodiment. Yeah, that's the spiritual embodiment. You're right. Violence. But if you think that's disrespectful because you're saying it's disrespecting some man out there over this and that, well, maybe I'll tell you that the spiritual embodiment made it. That's why. Yeah, the spiritual embodiment made this album cover. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's disrespecting everybody. So I guess the spiritual body made it then. You know what I'm saying? It's not disrespecting anybody. And if you knew about it, that's sacred. Because if you really knew where you're standing at right now, it's not about being there your whole life. I was here my whole life. Yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do for everybody? Then you were there your whole life, wasting space and taking up time. That's what the fuck you was doing. The We Seem Death Gang, the eyes represent a point of gravity because the entire face and the eyes always, if you cock your eyes like this, it's always facing down. The skulls are always flat. The skulls are always on the gravity point. It never changes the point of gravity because this entire thing is balanced on gravity. We're all part of gravity. We're all balanced on gravity. We're all a part of gravity. And also, I want to actually put in that the mustache should be much larger. The mustache, I think, it's 3 feet on each side. It's 3 feet of mustache on each side. But let's not even talk about that. That's because Mauricio's mustache is 3 feet on each side. All right, but besides that, it's like this. if you knew about what you had to know about, you already know that's not what that is. Not disrespectful. And if you knew back then, look at the rap they had released. Even like Speedy Loke, man, come on, bruh. I've heard it. I've heard the N-word songs. I've even heard like Lil Corner, like he was not on that song. He had another song. I was hella proud. He doesn't know who he talked about. He said something about don't count. He said something woo woo doesn't count, so you know woo woo woo, and it was a cool beat like boom 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 boom. Oh, you know woo woo, it doesn't count. Boom boom boom, and then the beat goes in dun 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 dun. Heckle hard after that. It was a song with him. I would think on the album cover is him on stage. I forgot the album cover is actually him on stage like this. I don't know where he sung it. And in the background, it sounded like it was live. It sounded like a live recording because there's other people there and you can't hear them, but it sounds like there's like an amphitheater effect on it. I was like, dang. He really said that. He really said that. He knows him. He's met him. He's met him. He's met him. Otherwise, otherwise he wouldn't have said it. He wouldn't have said it. Now Mauricio, he's met the big homie. He's met death itself. He met death itself. Mauricio something else. That's another man. I'm talking about another man who's death itself. Mauricio claims something else. He's met death itself. He met death itself. He put it all the way down to where he really saw death. He met death. He didn't say that, but he said something about it doesn't count. It's just as heavy and it's just as bad, and you go all bad because you can't talk about the green death. You can't be talking about don't count. You can't be talking about none of that because he said so. The green death says so. I'm stepping out of line this whole song, but this is the Chronicles. This is Brown Chronicles. I mean, back then, even if you saw a rap about somebody or Chronicles, it wasn't a guy with the towel holding the towel like this, folded like this, standing in front of a white picket fence, saying that was the Chronicles of the hood and stuff. And it's all the way. Chronicles is because it's not regulated and because it's not following the rules. That's why he calls it the Chronicles. And this is the Brown Chronicles. We follow the rules in the brown way. And the brown way of following things is balancing yourself on a gravity point and seeing your eyes come up off your own face because you can recognize yourself when you met your higher rank because he was that scary. That's what the real separation of the Welcome Bird means. It's not an M representing the Mexican, you know what I'm saying? Can't even say, bro. I'm the type of person, look, I'm not even gonna say on a podcast. I'm not that. I've seen them. I know who these are. I've met these people. I've seen them in San Francisco one time. The left hand, it's all left hand. It's all left-handed. It's all left-handed. I was like, you know what I'm saying? You can't just, I don't talk about these. I don't say this, but and you notice I said a hint, like hinted the whole thing. Like I fucked up. What am I even pointing to? You know what I'm saying? Before I tell you right now, one thing is one thing. I even got the Africans back. You know what I'm saying? That separation is because that's what I'm saying. You can come recognize when you see so what you call the big homies and you recognize that separation represents himself because he didn't want to scare you. Because the big homies back in the day used to say that that head is the devil. In the afterword of this and the video of the story, I'll give you a more extensive explanation because there's 4 stories to it. I told you 3, and I got you one of them what the color represents because it's red bloodshed, white prosperity, black is not hardship, is death. And I give you a story to that. I gave you a good one. Watch the foreword. The separation and the devil. That means you don't need to know the history. That's when people trip out. Hey, so what happened in 1986 in September? You know what I'm saying? Woo woo. Oh, you don't know they want to fire on you and stuff. You don't know how easy. You don't know, bro. You just hyped up. Like y'all niggas are some squares, bro. Just hella jealous because maybe one time in high school you sat down in freshman class and you saw somebody 6 feet tall. You thought he was a super senior times 3 of the 3rd year super saiyan. You're trying to say what's this? And then you go out talk to him real quick, thinking I'm way younger and he's your same exact age. And then next thing you know you hear damn he claims something and he says he's from somewhere. So your jealousy drags you all the fucking way to the bottomless pit. Oh, I fucked up right there. Or maybe even worse, the fools that want to kill somebody afterwards. And on that, these fools go crazy. They want to kill somebody. This fool cuts himself. He got punked. A fool that got pushed against the wall in high school, you cannot underestimate his sheer anger he has against everybody and is officially a behind the scenes in the back of his head severe racist. You cannot underestimate him. And what kind of man he becomes because he got pushed against a wall by somebody he thought was so much bigger than him. So much stronger than him, but the same age, and he couldn't understand. And that right there, I go about for saying that. But remember, I actually remember my history from when I was 11th grade. I mean, it's 9th, 6th grade, and I astounded myself because I thought I got my memory erased. Because yeah, it's racism, bro. You can't make a podcast like say if I made a song about whoop whoop, and then it's a story about somebody that's like a paisano that got killed and murked and tortured and stuff because he became a fan and he reposted the video, and on the repost page of his channel it said Roberto Gutierrez Rodriguez Jr. You know what I'm saying? And then they got mad. You know, said, "Oh, what the heck? It's some random paisa coming over here trying to be a fan and stuff." They got him because he's trying to be a fan and he's not from here. No, that's not true. That's racism. That's racist. That's racist. And on top of that, when I was 11th in 6th grade, I defeated that, and I thought, "Oh snap!" And that means I forgot my history because no. You know what? He did get got. They dealt him in. They did. You know why? Because of this right here. Because, all right, when you see him, you give him your own name. You give him his own name. You give him a name. The name goes something like boom, boom, what I said first, and then it goes East Bay, and then it goes north. No, it doesn't go north. It goes East Bay, whoop, 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 whoop. Different stuff, and then eventually, like, if a fake name, right, it goes the name he put, then this, then that, then a number, and then some weird stuff, and then eventually you get to Zeta. And then you put East Bay after Zeta, and then you have to put East Bay, you put North. And then after North, you put Northern Raza. Oh, okay, then he went all bad then. And I remember to say that when I was 11th grade. I don't know how the fuck I forgot. I can't remember the explanation, but I remember a couple of days ago. Yeah, you do that. You put his name, and then you put a bunch of words that represent him. And then eventually you get to Zeta. And then after that, you get to something else. And then eventually you get to Northern Raza. And then at that point, you recognize, yes, he went all bad. That did happen. Because you can't, his name eventually, his name and his channel eventually ended up to saying Northern Raza. You know what I'm saying? But remember, the homies get hella mad at this because they're still in the mindset that it does say Zeta. They don't think about it, but it comes up to saying Zeta. It does come up to that. It does come up to, and before that, they're just trying to say the name itself. Well, then you're being racist. Just because he put your song back up. You know what I'm saying? Now it comes up to being Northern Raza. Now the Northern Raza themselves, you know that you go all bad with them for doing this too, though. But remember, they're all the way. They're not going to do nothing to either one of you. Also, they're not going to do nothing to either one of you. They don't care. I mean, they care. You went all bad with them. It doesn't matter. They're non-violent. They're fully dedicated. Not retired. No, it's called fully dedicated. They don't want no action, bro. They want different type of action. And they're nice people. And I have met them too. And I mean, I've heard about those people that were in Oakland one time that passed by the Northern Raza that had extremely violent tattoos. All right, there was a militant section. I know there was. They're the ones that defended the Italian mafia. And they also defended the Mexican mafia. And they also defended the Russian mafia. And then they defended all 11 branches of the Italian mafia. Because there's only one Italian mafia. All other branches, there's 11 branches. They all have their own name, but they're really small organizations. So sometimes they call themselves Italian mafia because the Italian mafia protects them. And the Mexican mafia is within them, is smaller, like 10% of the size of the Italian mafia, but equal power level. And 4 times the size of every single one of these other ones in singularity. The Russian mafia is like twice the size of the Mexican mafia, but nowhere near their power level. That's the only piece, and that's that 1% of the Northern Raza that's only piece that's militant. There's no other piece of the Northern Raza that's militant. Only that piece right there, and it's a very small percentage. And their job is to defend all these groups out here. That's their job, to defend all of them. That's what they do. Before the Sur makes them go all bad right away instantly. For thinking about it before he even posted it, because it's all about that hardcore Mexican riding through in a motorcycle with a girl on back that he picks up different girls and he just riding super hard, super tough, extraordinarily buff, superhuman, abnormal. He's abnormally strong. He's abnormally buff. Something's wrong with him. Something so wrong with him, he never looks up to see what's flying above him, watching him the whole time. A blue Grim Reaper. That's a Sureño. That's a Sureño watching over him the whole time as he flies from north and traveling through LA to get to Northern California. By the time he gets to Fresno, got him. For coming through, just for coming through like that and trying to say he was going to be living in the South and being, and the only, if he got him is if he referred to himself as a Sureño one time. That's all it took, one time, and he got him. Or not, and not even that, for saying hi to them, and being nice with them and trying to smoke with them or trying to kick with them, trying to drink with them, and for looking at them, for it's all based on how he saw them. It's based on how he saw them. And, or referring to himself as Sureño. It's different things, but based himself on how he saw him is a cliche, but it is one of them. It's like, look, this is who I really am. This is what I really look like. I'm a Grim Reaper and a blue one. You must be the toughest meat as Mexican, but look, we don't like that. Because you're not one of us. That's what they do. My memory got erased, bro. All my memory got erased. I'm telling you, like, what the hell? Hey, everybody think back. You got your memory erased too, huh? Dang. Nothing I represent and stand for can stand. Nothing. Nothing. Only that album cover. Only that album cover forever lasts. I know that does. It lasts forever. And besides that, there's plenty of other things. There's different stories to that separation. I know a lot of them too. You don't need. There's no such thing as getting on somebody's case because they don't know the history. There's no such thing. You can't do that. You can't get on somebody's case because they don't know the history. You know what I'm saying? That's dumb. That's dumb. That's hella dumb. You know what I'm saying? Chronicles, it's out there. I know I made somebody smile. That is a member of the Nolan Raza. I know Mauricio. He got his tattoo on his stomach, the one that was on Gangland. But it's a different one, and it's a different way. That's him. You know him? Yeah. He smiled today. When he saw that, he grinned. He grinned. He said, I like that. I like that album cover. I like that one. So hard, Juji Bribu Brebo smiled. That's his brother. That's actually his brother. I'm not trying to make an insult on top of insult. That really is his brother. That's his flesh brother. That's his brother. That is his brother. He smiled. He likes that album cover too. And it's his bodyguard. It's his brother and his bodyguard. It's Mauricio's bodyguard. It's his brother, Mauricio's bodyguard. And pretty much that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. It's out there. It's going hard. You know what I mean? I forgot what else I was going to say. I feel like I had something else I wanted to say, but I forgot. So I'm going to cut it off right here. This is the cast right before the afterword. You know what I'm saying? I know the stories, and it's not point me in, don't point me out, trying to tell me, look, you're over here mixing things up. You got it all mixed up. You got the game mixed up. That album cover ain't disrespecting nobody. Nobody feels disrespected. Because they know the story. They know that story. They know what that story is. The high ranks, the ones that they're doing stuff in dungeons, you know what I'm saying? Which then they don't exist. There's nobody doing nothing in no dungeon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Before I tell you, go say no. Oh, see, no, that's not. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to do that either. What kind of dungeon are you talking about? I'm talking about yours. All right. That was a BGF in 1999. But other than that, and not even that, it's not that. I take back what I said right now because that's not what this is. That's not what this is. All right, but besides that, look, it goes down like this. You can't point this out because I know the African stories too. Before they shut you down, they'll shut you down too. It's not about the new bloods out there being in Oklahoma and Denver talking about they want to do this and they want. Bro, I've been on their videos. What the hell is CUCK on their videos? I fucked up by saying that. Hella people just changed this video. Here people say, fuck that. Turn that shit off. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see this. Look, they're over here getting paid to put women's wives on camera and stuff and doing this, but you're out of pocket, bro. That's not what this stands for. And you're trying to the things they're trying to say is because they're winning. I mean, that's the only way they win. Hella people just say, boop, click this shit. They're on my head already, and they're really on my dome. And some real niggas older than me, bro. Nobody younger than me. It's well put. It's said. It's done said. Nobody after 1996, born after 1996, is a gangster unless you're in Mexico or anything south of the border. It's after 98. Anything after 98, you're not a gangster if you're not after 98. In the United States, it's after 96. You're born after 96, you're not a fucking gangster. It's well said because of this stuff. It's not all they had to have the technology. I never heard of a fucking TV in every room. What the fuck? We had one TV or none TV. A bunch of you had a TV in every room. That was fucking legendary. You know what I'm saying? No, it was even about something about age things. Like people who were fucking extreme thugs and extraordinary gangsters. By the time your ass was 15, they were already like 20, bro. They were like 22. They were in school with you. They didn't even go to the high school while you went to middle school. They didn't care about you. Recruitments ended. No, let's not talk about that. You can talk about that. I saw. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, it goes down like this. Other than that, it's coming down on you with the fact that there's no such thing as a blood that is supposedly about, well, it didn't hit me. Whatever that represents, and whatever that story extraordinarily convinces, and whatever that story equilibrates in my head, it got me. But I'm gonna act like I'm the person that wasn't all the way convinced yet. I'm gonna be like freestyling. That's not true. They're the most strict people you've ever seen. You've never met somebody as strict as an African person, because it goes down like this. There's a man. Look how they treat their gold in Africa. Look, there. This case closed. Their gold. How do they treat their gold in Africa? They wore golden masks. They wore the pharaoh's helmets. They wore all these types of stuff. And then so many of them. And out of all of them, the one was evil. One came out being an evil man. And that man right there, they told a story about him. He can make it rain giant chains. Make it rain gigantic chains all over the country, all over the globe. And just make a chain. Boom. Rain changed because of his power level. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That man, one day they have a story on him. One time he was taking off his mask. He was taking off his helmet. He was looking at himself in the mirror until he noticed. And the story is he didn't notice. The boy got away good. But the story says if he noticed that a boy saw him with no mask on. A little boy saw him without the mask. And the story goes, if he would have noticed in that mirror, if he would have turned around that the little boy was seeing him from the side and noticed him take his mask off, he would have wanted to torture him for as long as he lives. Because he saw him with no mask on. There's no such thing as you didn't get convinced. No, this is strict. They're the most strict people you've ever met in your life. On top of that, they put the masks on, and then they said that this man, the evil one with his mask on, he became a power level so high one time. So high one time, he put a red bandana around his head and tried to say he was a blood. And that became their enemy. That became the enemy of the blood. A man that's doing that. Because they're not like that either. They're not like what I just said. He tried to become so powerful, he tried to say he's a blood now. All right, but look at what he's doing. The problem is you got an issue. One, they say nobody's ever saw him without his helmet to see his bandana. But two, he's going around helping people. He's going around picking people off of wheelchairs. He's going around curing people's diseases. He's going around doing stuff like a magic genie. While at the same time, he's the man who done created HIV. He created HIV. He created it, enforces it, and protects it, and defends it. And if anybody comes near curing it, he'll go to war with you. And he will shut you down. That's who this man is. He makes it rain chains, though. It comes down to, if your samurai is a man with inside. What's a samurai? It's a man inside the shadows, bro. It's a man hiding in the shadow with the Glock. Glock is made to shoot and kill. Glocks are made to kill people. That's why they're Glocks made to kill people. That's why they're made like that. They're made the way they are, and they're advertised as being 1, 2, 3 and all that weird stuff. Berettas and all these other guns. There's guns made for target practice, guns made for marksmanship, guns made for hunting, guns made for self-defense from animals. Not one gun is made to kill people other than Glocks. So the man could be hiding in the shadows, all the way suited like all the way hella black, with a hunting rifle. He's not a samurai. With a gun like a target practice, like even the Desert Eagle. It was made for the Iraq War. It was made for the Desert Storm. It's a 45, but the Desert Eagle is actually, in fact, a long-range marksman's high-caliber pistol. It is not advertised as a gun that was ever made for a self-defense weapon against assaulting a human. Glocks were. He's not a samurai. A man in the shadows with a Glock. That's a samurai. He's in the shadows with a Glock. He's hiding in the shadows with a Glock. That's a samurai then. That's a samurai. If it's any other gun, he's not a samurai. A shoulder lean means shoulder lean. If you say the lyrics afterwards, he don't make no weird ass connection. He's not talking about nothing. Shoulder lean don't mean nothing else other than shoulder lean unless he says flat out, unless he explains it and just says it straight up out there. Shoulder lean means shoulder lean. Don't mean nothing else other than shoulder lean. You know what I'm saying? The Africans will tell you that too. Shoulder lean don't mean nothing else other than shoulder lean. This man taking off his mask. Look what he's trying to do. He's one of the evil ones. He makes it rain. He's the enemies of the Bloods. Yeah, but he's going around helping everybody. He's going around helping everybody. You know what I'm saying? African warlord. The Wild West in Africa told the warlords that they're more powerful. The Wild West Africans told the African warlords that they're more powerful. because in the Wild West, their big homie slides onto the little homie as in a floating throne, in a big throne on top of a cloud. The African warlords going around putting their heads on the youngsters, putting their hands on the heads of the youngsters and putting a worm inside their brain. There with his sheer hands. And ever since then, he can go around, kill anybody. He can go around. He's all about violence. That young man is nothing about anything else other than violence. That's all he's about. He's about sheer violence. That's all he's about. That's all he's about. All right. In the BGF, the Wild West blacks, the BGF, that's how they slide through to the little homie. And that story is the next he's never going to tell nobody he saw him, because the first person he tells about that is he's going to slide to him next. That's the next person who's going to see him. And it goes on and on and on like that. After telling the first person, he can tell different people and explain things. The African warlord goes around thinking he can control people. He goes to see the little homie. One time African warlord went to go visit a husband of his niece that married somebody BGF, and then he went through when it's Bloods, he went over there wearing red, and they accepted him because he was an African warlord. They accepted him for wearing red and dressed not them like them, more likely just a red button up and some red shoes, some type of red Italian shoes, you know what I'm saying? But they accepted him, and then he went home and they was cool with him. He went to see the BGF. First thing he noticed is, look, their neighborhood is separated. So the African warlord always think luck is on his side. Oh, luck is always on my side. He goes to it. This time it's not luck. It's just the sheer he notices. He notices they're separated from everything. And they heard what's the color? Baby blue. So he came in baby blue. And when he noticed they were all like that, all so hella far separated, he said, you know what? I'm about to not walk up. I'm about to just go home. But let me get further. He saw them. This was a mistake. He didn't talk to them. He reversed his U-turn. He went all the way back. He hopped on a boat. He went back. He said, I'm so scared. I was so scared. Don't ever go to them ever again. You don't know how much fear I felt in my body when I saw the BGF. And then he comes back. He didn't think about the color when he went back to Africa. So he still wear baby blue. It became his favorite clothes. It became his favorite color. He became cool with it. He became riding around. It was never about color with him. It was never about color. He didn't think about it. He wore it every day. So one time he went back just on an occasion, just to actually visit. You know what I'm saying? I worked it up. I'm going to go see him. I'm going to go see these people that married my niece. While he's going through, luck was on his side that day. He talked to the little homie first. The little homie had already told something about the big homie, so he was safe. He could tell this man. He said, hey, check it out. Don't dress like that. That's what they look like. That's how they come to you. But when he got to the African warlord being who he is, the little homie notices, you know what? You don't know where you're at. The little homie has power over him in a bad way, in an accidental, an uncomfortable way, because it's when you talk to an African warlord, it's always about whatever you talk to them, it's always going to come back and hit you in some type of weird mystic way. Whatever you tell them, it's like a moment that's going to magically affect you. So you better be careful what you tell him, because what he tells you back, it can mess your mind up and it can rearrange your brain by the way he talked to you. So let that slide. But when he got there, he noticed that the African warlord being like that, but in his area the little homie, he's more powerful than him. He's above him. He can do that even worse, but he doesn't do that because they're all connected and they're regulated. This guy is just a worm. So while this guy's whirling through, in actuality, what happens is the little homie notices whatever is happening and whatever I talk I'm not even gonna feel it. It's not even gonna make me uncomfortable. It will never hurt me. It'll never rearrange me. But instead, it will accidentally do something on accident. You will actually go off thinking. He will actually leave off thinking something else, and he will believe he rearranged him still. And on top of believing he still rearranged, he will walk off, and he will fall into torture. He will torture himself on accident. So the little homie takes precaution, because he can't just tell him that's how the big homie slide whoop whoop, because look how it's gonna do him. It's gonna deal him in. So he finds a way to tell him, and he says whoop whoop whoop, and then this warlord recognizes, and he got lucky that day. He came through in regular clothes. He saw his niece and then went back home. Because if he didn't, no matter who he was, they was not gonna accept him. They was not gonna accept you dressing like this. They wasn't gonna accept him dressing like that. They wasn't gonna accept dressing in that color. Nobody can wear that color. anywhere on your clothes. That's the t-shirt. That's the color of the t-shirt they wear every day. That's the color of the bandana they wear every day. That's the color of their shoes they wear every day. That's the color of their I think just their socks are white, their jeans are regular, the t-shirt every day. That's the t-shirt they wear every single day. They don't want nobody else wearing that color until you have earned that t-shirt. Once you have the t-shirt, then you can wear different things of that color. You got to first have this t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's what they are. And then they go off and leave the turf. Once they leave the turf, they pretend to be Bloods. Just until wait till the moment you call them brother. Then that's when they can pretend and kick it with you all times. The moment you call them brother, they jump you. Because that's the Black Gorilla family. How is he your brother? But they pretend with you. Their enemy is the Blood. But when they leave their area, their turf they own, they dress in red. So nobody, so because they're out there, they put the rules out there that for themselves, not to scare other people. Don't let them see you dressed like this, baby blue and all like that, because they're gonna try to recognize you as a gang. And they're gonna try to notify you, and that just the police are gonna have something for you. So let's not even do this. Just go out there and dress like what's already there, even though that's the enemy. We don't care. Once he calls you brother, jump him. How are you his brother? Point blank, period. That's what they say. And then in the turf of the apartment side, if you go to the back door of the turf on the very corner, there's a little door, like it's a little broken. It's a little doorway with no door. And then you go in there, you run every count, you chant and sing while you're running. And it's always about 15 minutes. By the time you get to 15 minutes, you see a 2-mile dirt road. I mean, a 1-mile dirt road. It's a dirt road that's literally a mile down, and then if you look all the way to the left, the dirt road is sunken in. The dirt road sunken in is filled with water in the inside, but it's only like this deep. But it's like a space in between the dirt road that has hella water. If you look all the way down, you're gonna witness yourself. What is that? That's the hood of the BGF. We're just in the turf. What's the name of that? Saddam. Spell S-O-D-O-M. Pronounced Saddam. 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 It's like fucking literally like 50-yard high walls. 50 yards thick. It's a place called Saddam. It's BGF, Black Gorilla Family. It's real talk. It's real talk. And then on top of that, that's all there is. That's literally it. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. One thing's one thing. The other thing don't mean nothing. Facial tattoos from a vending machine, if I put 4 on my face, and I mean 2 on my face, 1 on each cheek, and with 2 on my neck, 1 on each side, don't mean nothing. Before one time, I got arrested, and the leader of the West Coast Freemasons, Michael Sosa, the skateboard wannabe, he had a skateboard, he couldn't even skate, he brought boxing gloves, he couldn't even box. I mean, he actually can box, but with the PS3, with the weird Acura car that can supposed to be all gray and stuff, and it's just cheap, and he you know, he's small. But other than that fool right there, looking like a weirdo, he tried to convince me he was Michael, the serial killer, and I don't know. Right before I saw him, I changed my Instagram from Michael. I changed it from Mike kills Michael, like some weird shit. Mike kills Michael, because it sounds like Mike kills Michael. It's just Michael twice. Mike kills Michael. Mike kills Michael's. And that's when I met him. And I swear to God, that's why they got mad, because before that ever happened, right when I changed my Instagram name, I saw Alexis Diegas and all these weird foods. I thought that I was the partner. And we just sit here, all right, and we drink, all right. And then we smoke. I smoke your weed. I never drop fades. I drink your shit. If we're not partners just because we shake hands. We're cool though. They all right. I don't know what happened to anybody's face. It's none of my business. Anybody got chalked up or messed up, it's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? However they try to act up. You know what I'm saying? We're just random people. Lex, he was a good friend of mine in high school. He was a good friend of mine in high school and middle school. And he cool. I don't care. We cool friends. You know what I'm saying? It's all gravy. I ain't tripping. It's not about this. When I changed my Instagram name, the first thing that happened, I went to see them at Kennedy Park, and after drinking, after smoking, they actually had a talk, and they said, "So do you know who that is?" That's how they started. Look, hey, so you know who that is? What do you mean? Do you know who that is? Who that is though? Do you know who do you actually know who that is though? Who that is? What do you mean? He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who he is. You don't know who he is? No, I don't. What you talking about? So you don't know who he is then? I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Why you put your Instagram name like that? I'm like, what you saying? Yo, your name on the gram. You changed it. I saw. I actually was on Instagram the moment you changed it. And when I refreshed my page, it changed on me. I got hella mad. I got hella mad when I refreshed my page and your Instagram changed right then and there. Do you know who that is? I said, I don't even know what you're talking about. I did change my Instagram name. It sounds right, huh? It sounds cool, huh? They're like, oh, it sounds cool, all right. You want to meet him? I said, what are you talking about? What let you meet him then? He's going to come to you. Yeah, and then Alex, the fat dude, he's like, hey, man, he's going to want to kick it with him and stay there. He's even gonna want to pay him some money. I don't think he deserves that, but he's gonna want to pay him some money for that backyard, huh? I've actually been in there. He doesn't even know it. I was like, all right. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm about to dip, and I shook everybody's hand, acting like I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. I was already expecting him to look at him and be like, damn, this fool's just black as fuck, hella dumb. Anyways, when he came through, he did come through. He would do his meditation like a samurai. He would sit down, a samurai, fold his towels, slide on there, sit down on his towels and hella meditations, injecting himself. He has syringes. He would just sit there and inject himself every day. He would be injecting himself every day in the tire in the corner like this, meditating and weird stuff. One time I woke up. Look, it's not. Oh, this is some gay shit. No, I really was tired, and it's in the moment. I'll tell you, I really didn't have nothing else to do about this other than what just happened. I knew it was gonna happen again. And I'm laying down. I wake up. I barely wake up, and I catch myself looking down. This nigga he's already getting away. He's already getting up and walking away from what he was just doing. He had pulled my pants down and pulled my blanket down, and it was in his mouth, bro. And it was in his mouth, and then he actually walked away like this, making a sound effect all the way till he went to the living room back to lay down. But I was like this. I'm still that tired. I'm like, you know what? He's already laying down. He's not gonna. I felt it within me. He's not gonna try this again. It's not gonna happen again. Just put the blanket. He already put the blanket. It's like that. He already put the blanket part. It's already. He's done. He ain't gonna do it no more. And he doesn't always sleep inside. He sleeps in the backyard. That's actually what that fool did. I'm like, down. Look at the fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then another moment. He comes through tatted with henna tats of a scorpion, like the one Big O got, and he's talking smack. He really knows who Big O is. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't gotta hear about whatever the fuck you gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Roll it up. And also, he's always like this with his little weed bags, his 10 bags. He's always like this, bro. He spends like 3 hours on the floor counting them, bro, putting them in bags, switching over from one bag to the other, calling them his babies, talking to his weed bags as if they were babies, talking to his weed bags, mixing them up, talking to them, kissing them, feeling them on his face, and doing hellish nigga for like 3 hours, blood. Real talk, nigga, for like 3 hours, bro. I don't even care. I'm playing games. He bought the PS3. I bought the TV. He bought the PS3 and he bought hella games. It was all his shit. I was standing right there on the couch. He helped me bring it inside the house playing video games. He burns it. I do not care. We got other people in the house too. So it doesn't matter. We got food that works construction and then 2 females. So it's like they're not really gonna get up into nothing. They're not gonna get into nothing. This was not gonna do nothing because you know what I'm saying. There's too many people here that are fucking gonna be dead on snitches. Until one time I'm sitting down. One time I'm at GameStop, we were at GameStop, and I said, man, this fool done laced me in blood or something. He's always injecting himself. So the woman at GameStop was on his side, gave me the money back. He already knew his name because you know the receipt doesn't pop up. I mean, if it popped up his name, Michael, I noticed this. I paid attention to everything. Like we went there and paid the shit. Maybe your name says the receipt for the shit you just returned. It says in the receipt, but we never said your name when you got there. We never did nothing about your name. She never saw your name. They returned the stuff. They got the stuff back. They got his money back. I know his name is not on the computer screen. It's on the receipt that pops up. She didn't read it. She just grabbed it with money and handed it to me right away. And when I grabbed it, she actually kind of hesitated, pulled it back, and looked at this fool. And then I was like, what the fuck? I just grabbed it again. But I put my hand forward. I didn't snatch it. I put my hand more forward because snatching is disrespectful. I put my hand more forward, and she put it in my hand, and I put it away. And she says something about, She said something about, I don't think Michael wants you to do that or some weird shit. She said his name and shit or some weird shit. It's just jocking. She jocked him hella hard and a couple of times when I'm walking away. So I think he likes me. It's all good. And then she jocked him again and got disrespected by me saying the word lace. She said, that's not your name. And then anyways, I walked off this way. And then I have it in my pocket. I'm walking, talking through it, and then he's like, Michael looked around, looked at the GameStop bitch, hella like kind of mad and shit. And then I was like, woo woo. I was like, oh, I got the money. He's like, oh, what the fuck? Where'd you got it? I put it in my pocket. He's like, oh, and he got mad, but he's like, it's all good. And he put his hand out. And then I asked him, so hey, let me ask you something. You laced me, huh? And then with some weird shit. Like, it could have been a cool conversation. It could have just been he really just tell me flat out, nigga, I don't know what you got. You got AIDS, you got HIV, or you laced me or something, or what? You know what I'm saying? He tried to tell me that it was his lungs produce extraordinary amounts of mucus, so he has to inject himself because his lungs produce way too much mucus. It's impossible for him to breathe. So he injects himself to clear the mucus in his lungs. But that was prior. That's what we were told. I asked him again, tell me too. And then he's like, don't play with my money. But I don't pay money. I said, all right, whatever. Here, I gave him the money. We went to the car. We driving through. By the time we were over here at the In and Out, In and Out between Burger King and not about to take a left. I asked him. I said, hey, what's happening? And he's like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. You just played with my money, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen right now, bro. I said, are you alright? Let that happen. Are you cool? He's like, nah. I don't think anything cool. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen right now. I really don't know. Woo woo. This and that. So I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? I said, I didn't say that though. I thought that, and I was like, all right. I thought, you know what? I had just had surgery on my side of my brain. This nigga, one hit, it goes in. I gotta go back, and then this nigga, I had an 86% chance of brain damage, 47% chance of death. Came back, bounced back. Nothing happened. And then I'm feeling good. I'm like, man, you already know this nigga got off his boys over there at my house ready. They're gonna jump me, stomp me hella times, stab me about 10 times, and pop me in the back of the head, nigga, because that's how it goes down, nigga. That's what I actually believe. Although I don't care what he says, man, he's scared. He's scared of fighting, putting the hands down, or going toes. Some weird shit. How the fucking Dallas say going toes. I'm gonna tell you right now, when Dallas took my hat or some weird shit, I left it. I actually forgot. I really did forget I had it. I guess he took it, but I did forget I left it behind. By the time I was I knew I did it, but I got so mad I dipped off. I'm going like this backwards in the Kennedy Park, and Dallas is following you the whole time, acting hella dumb. Supposedly it's gonna all against me. They brainwash Ricky trying to say I'm trying to get him jumped. Why the fuck would I try to do anything, Ricky? I'm texting Ricky. I'm saying, we're out here smoking. I'm texting Ricky. It's about to go down. Slide, because we had talked the day prior. He was already hopped up about talking about let's have to do something. You feel me? So I said, all right, it's about to come down today. We're smoking. Ricky, why would I do something to you, bro? And me and Ricky kicked it. I mean, come on, Ricky, how the fuck you lost faith in me? 2 days prior, we had kicked it, and we saw the big homies, like, you know what I'm saying, a lot bigger than Sosa. And they were all homies from the north wearing 49er jackets, 49er jerseys with big ass cameras and cloud whips that make no noise when they drive and go from 0 to 100 like in half a second. Stationary start swaying. From stationary just start swinging them, and they sound like you cannot hear the car, bro. It don't make no engine noise. It don't even make sound on the ground. And these fools are like this. And like this long, one of them. Another one like that, like this long. And then you had a nigga that was on like this, but like way over here. They're bigger, and they're all Mexican. And the Wedo was the only one that made conversation with us and actually came to talk to both of us. He was a Wedo fool. Well, on her looked like a vampire. That big old actually put a picture of him with on a CD going like this, saying my boy finally made it. That's him. I'm cool with him too. Nigga, I met him a couple of times. I met him like 5 separate occasions, and I talked to him and I hang out with him. Right there, we did something wild, bro. I swear to God, something about the sky, because they turn the sky hella red, and then it's my presence. I read it. I said that's cool, but that's not what this is. That's the North, huh? He's like, yep. I put my album cover up. I said that's not what it is. It's this right here. Change it to something more scary, more vicious, more brutal, more everything, and it has hella rules in it, real ones. He's like, damn, and it's green, not red. It's green, not red, and he liked it. We were all cool with it. I can do that too. He can, just like he can do it, I can do it. And then besides that, we went to Arizona. We went to Safer. I got him Arizona, bro. I was buying this food Arizonas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was going to the restaurants for this man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would he be mad? You know what I'm saying? All I know is I was smoking with these fools way over here, and then by 4 tables down, 3 tables down, just 3. They had already. I listened in finally because I don't pay attention. I know Ricky went over there talking to them by themselves. I'm not into your business. I know you're on my side. I'm not trying to get involved into whatever you're trying to talk about. I got your back. I'm peeping eyes, but I'm gonna mind my own business. I see A and B conversation, I'm gonna see my way out. You know what I'm saying? And then all I heard was I put myself in. By the time I heard Alexa say, "We're not gonna do nothing to you because of who your family is, but him, woo woo woo." I was like, "What the fuck, stupid?" And then Ricky's right there crying against the table, thinking that I brainwashed him. Ricky started crying at me, telling me, "I can't believe you're trying to get me jumped, man. I can't believe you're trying to get me jumped," crying. I'm like, "Bro, I don't know what the fuck happened, bro. Y'all, we were over here smoking, we were hyped up, we hugged and everything. We were hella hyped up smoking together, and then he went that way. He didn't even smoke. We were just smoking between me and Jose and this one black kid that's like 20, that's hella short and just, I guess, has muscle. And while I was 18, and this fool went over there, and then that's how he ended up. And then it was supposed to be all what we're gonna do, and then I don't know. I'm standing there. We talked for like 30 minutes until Dallas said, "Well, we finna go toes," and we started standing up. I put my hands up. I started rocking it backwards. By the time I got to the teen center, or not the teen center, the mini pavilion that now has the painting of Tupac and all that weird hello stuff, and that weird murals all around it, where the other parking lots at, I actually got mad right there, bro. I said, because by the time we got there, Dallas said, "All right, whatever." Because he not like that. We got all the way over there. We got to the distance. And by then I see in the background everybody tying their shoes, tucking their pants inside their jeans, getting their stuff, tightening the shirts, doing hella stuff, and then putting their legs up like this, like they're all suited and booted and shit. And then this fool right here, he puts his arms down. He said, "All right, then I don't want to fight." And then I said again, "So why don't you?" I said, "We already over here." He said, "All right, then let's do it." And then he got more serious. He got like all type of weird shit like this. He started getting closer. All I did was I got wild, nigga. I started going like this and started getting close on it. I got like within 2 feet of him, going hella crazy like this, ready to get on him. I charged at him, and then he jumped back like 2 yards. He yelled, "Whoa, never mind." He's like, "No, never mind. No, don't do that. I'm cool off of that. I'm leaving. I'm going home, bro. You won. I'm gone." And then I was like, "All right, then, dip." He said, "Whatever." And then he bowed like this, and the nigga walked back that way. He even bowed like this. And then he walked back that way. That's pretty much what happened right there. And then that's pretty much Sosa. Michael Sosa, whatever the fuck wants, small ass nigga. Little peep squeak. Nigga, these homies are bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? And Ricky was actually kicking it with them. And for him just to still stop with Sosa, like, you feel me? Like, you just saw who I know. You saw that I know people bigger than Sosa kicking it with us. And Ricky still switch sides and shit. That's fucked up. I'm still cool with it. I don't care. It don't matter. Other than that, this is pretty much the podcast. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to another situation with probably Sosa. Like, different times in my lifetime, seeing him around. One time driving down 13th Street with Marissa, and I remember Marissa Gonzalez, nigga, in his passenger, and then we hit the intersection, and then he yells, "Oh, my nigga Kageebo, oh," and he's yelling, oh, hella out over and over while laughing, going like this and shit, beating his dashboard, nodding his head, going, oh, laughing hella hard, going, ha, laughing hella hard, beating his fucking dashboard and shit. Another time where we get locked up, I get locked up for these tattoos on my face. Not tattoos, I get locked up and I have fake tattoos on my face, and the police are trying to say they don't recognize me, hella shit. And it's hella funny. And then while I'm sitting there with these new red Nikes I got new red Nikes that I guess they got hella red, so they're more like blood. They're blooded out instead of being flamed up. While they're being blooded out, I'm sitting right there towards already on Santa Rita to the right, little crevices on the right, with the windows out to the right, the little crevices right there. And then they arrest this nigga at the same time. Nigga Michael Sosa went in jail at the same time while they're booking him in with his sweatpants and everything. He gets searched. He takes it out and everything. Whoop whoop. The policewoman gets all fucking psyched out, all fucking scared as fuck. She's just standing there hella psyched. And then the policeman, who's a fat black man with a folder and has actually a badge hanging from a thing right here from his necklace and on a piece of leather. This nigga leaning against the thing. Like this, and sees that and actually stares at me. Puts his finger like this. Goes. And then after that, he walks off. He puts his hands like this and shit. Gets on his tippy toes, and walks behind Sosa like this. Hella weird and shit. Hella weird. That's actually what he did. That's what the fuck that nigga did. I just sat there. I'm like, blood, I don't fucking give a fuck. I know damn well I don't give a fuck. What does it matter? I just told you that we got arrested at the same exact time. And that motherfucking two police officers, a policewoman goes all fucking... stiffed up, hella mad. Put her fucking lips like this. Put her hands on her side. Put her hands on her side while he whipped out and fucking shaking back and forth like this, shaking back and forth, shaking back and forth. The policeman with the folders, with the yellow folder and a badge on his leather necklace, metal necklace, badge on his leather wallet, saw me when he whipped it out. Put his finger like this, said, "Ugh, ugh." Put it off. Put his hands like this and stuff with a pinky up. Put himself on his tippy toes and walk like that towards behind. Walk like 3 yards like this. Walk like this for 3 yards to get behind Sosa. Like, what the fuck is that? That's fucking stupid as fuck. That's stupid as fuck. Yakuza's your enemy. Nigga, and if it's based on some nigga dress, nigga, you don't know they all anime? You know Japan's all about anime and your Hello Kitty, right? You know that, right? You're trying to base myself on a nigga Instagram name is what you really was trying to do. I put it out there in the liberation right there. They started the whole shit because of my nigga Instagram name. Because of my name on my Instagram. And then on top of that, because before you be out there in public walking around and you want to see people talking smack to you the same way like the police do something like that, it's a sad tale when they're talking smack to you and then they actually go like this and it's poop in the mouth, feces. All right, well, that's the end of the story. And besides that, before somebody just said Kageebo over there. All right, look, besides that, that's what it is. Small. Second, I know the North. I know there's a size. The North has less. The South is much more strict. But the North, because it is the North, there's 5 things about the North, and except for blood, but damn, it's the bad. There's 5 things about the North, about Raimundo, the man named Raimundo that has the biggest, you know what I'm saying? He's a Norteño. His name is Raimundo. There's a lower standard on how it is that you can ever have any relationship. All right, but that doesn't meet it. Tell this nigga he doesn't meet the standard. All right, this nigga maybe 4 times in his life had a relationship on the low cut, never told nobody. All right, and the kind of that nobody knows. All right, that nobody fucking knows, blood. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you had like 4 relationships in your fucking goddamn life. You don't even you need look. It is the standard. In order to have actually one that is not a one time, not one night type of thing. It's an actual relationship. As it's somebody you talk to. It's somebody who lives with you. It's somebody you consider your spouse. He needs this much more. That's what I'm saying. They might have put him in equilibration. He needs that much more. And that's just the North. The Sur, nigga, like over here. The North, only this. That's actually what it is. I swear to God. And you actually need this much motherfucking more on top of that to actually be the person who actually meets the lowest minimum to actually have a relationship with something like that. And on top of that, that man is a homie. How you a homie? It's not, I live here my whole life, bro. It's nigga, I swear to God, you put in work and you're 14. When'd you move here? 12? Nigga, that's fucking disrespectful, nigga. They're fucking jump the fucking dog shit out of you, nigga, for trying to put in work while you're 14 years old, nigga, when you barely moved here, bruh. And that jumping you, nigga, it's not even work. It's not going down on your resume. To be from here, you moved here when you was motherfucking 7 years old. You put in work when you were 14 on accident. When you were 16, you put in work on purpose. When you're 17, you got jumped in. Before you become a nigga like jumped in when you were 14, it's because you put in work on accident twice when you were 11. On accident twice. You living there, you know, just on accident, bro. You have to do something. You know what I'm saying? Before they tell the homies, tell you, blood, if somebody's gonna come and kill you, he knows fucking adult, nigga. Stay the fuck down on the ground, nigga, and fucking die, blood. Don't defend your fucking self. That's disrespect. That's a grown man and you're a little kid. You ain't gonna defend yourself. That's actually what they would tell you. I remember 2011. 2006. I was 11 in 2006. That was some good ass days. That was some fire ass fucking days. That shit was some straight fire. I like that shit. We gotta bring that shit back. That shit was on fire. Nah, don't bring it back, because there was a moment it was pretty sad, because I saw 5 people got recruited, because I remember people started coming and picking you up. I was too small. I got lifted up and everything, weighed and everything. I was too small. These other people weren't. These other people weren't too small. It was hella sad. And I'm a nigga, I'm a nigga that has respect about that motherfucker bitch. I boy, I had a lot of wild amounts of respect. I had wild ass fucking amounts of respect. My respect was on wild limits, wild amounts. Not all woo woo woo. Nah, this is the nigga. This is the nigga. I save people. I save people because I turn the heads. I turn people's heads to another direction. I distract people. I distract people. I distract them. I distract them from other things. All the way down to like even my nigga blood when we were going to Rite Aid, nigga, we would walk everywhere. We would walk everywhere. His older brother, we went to Rite Aid one time and then we took a fucking vitamin water. And the Rite Aid, old security guard with the bald head, the Rite Aid nigga, he tries to fight 11-year-olds, bro. He tries to pick him up. Nigga, that Rite Aid man got picked up and dipped on his head hella hard. I remember that. I have different memories, but I mean it's hella old. Why you couldn't bring up something hella days ago? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. You know what I'm saying? Before they get disrespected, be like, man, all right, we was friends, nigga. That's a long time ago though. They just put on a video. You feel me? Yeah, we dipped that security guard. I didn't do it. He did. He did. I was gonna fire him and he held me back. He said, no. He's the type of person too. He saves people too. I was in rolling deeps, bro. I was in everybody kicking it and we were in rolling. This is where my respect went down. Because even out of my partner, you know how the rolling deeps, everybody organizes themselves in rows and stuff, and I would say people there too. If anybody tries to come and say shake our hands and shit, before it's a nigga that's not really from here, that's a random ass nigga trying to be a friend that was our friends in the middle school and shit. He thought, yeah, they're gonna let him roll deep with us in the back row for a minute, and then after that, it's gonna be you're gonna recognize what rolling deep is, because people roll deep with a mean mug. It's not till you go shake their hand, no matter how friendly you are and with you in school, you're gonna get dipped. They're gonna get dipped. They're gonna get dipped, and then this person getting dipped is like he already cried from getting slapped by his friend. This nigga's about to get dipped and fucking drop his expensive glasses, really like $20, but he's a kid that actually wears baggy pants and white tees into school, and he dropped his fucking glasses, and this nigga's broken hearted, turns red for the rest of his life, and cries and goes home and never forgets that moment. But he does not become somebody who got punked and chased revenge. He becomes somebody that tries to help us. It's supposed to be some type of way in the future, which he shouldn't do. You're not allowed to. You can't just go up in the future and come up to somebody and start paying taxes, nigga. You can't do that. You're not allowed to pay taxes, nigga. You can't just pay taxes. It's not permitted. You can't just go up to a nigga, hey, look, I got 10 racks for you. That's hella disrespectful. That's hella disrespectful. This, you know what I'm saying? With the sword, it's more lenient on taxes. They take more taxes. Yeah, they accept taxes a lot easier. The North, they don't. They don't. They're not the nigga come here and sit here and accept your $10,000. You know what I'm saying? And it comes down to like this. In rolling deep blood, even my friends, nigga, my partners, bro, because there was a fool that was like 16 in the rolling deep with the boombox. That was the biggest one. While everybody walk around, block, nigga, like 10 blocks, do 10 blocks, do 10 blocks, and then go back home. Like 40 people, bro. I was ahead of everybody. My age, and everybody my age, I was in the highest row. I was in the frontest row because I talked to a 15-year-old and I told him a bunch of stuff and we were cool. And he said, you know what? Put him right front. Put him way front. Put him way front. Put him way front. Like that. I was above everybody. I was better. Just in the rolling deep, I really shined. I shined in rolling deep, and everything else, it's just a nigga that has respect because he's there, and then he says dumb stuff. He says dumb stuff. He brings stupid shit. He does this thing one time. He actually insulted the older homie that was like 25 in the streets one time, and then I told my friend, and we ain't gonna tell nobody. But it's an anger issue too, because you're not supposed to. You're not about all violence and stuff, about being hella mean and stuff. And we see somebody that's 25 driving by, you ain't gonna look at him and let alone disrespect them. Let alone. I did my thing. You know, it's the B666, but everybody talks smack about the beast. So it's when the beast do his thing, it's actually a bad thing, and it's not good. And it reverses on himself. But if everybody were talking about good about the B666, he will become the most powerful, everything, the finest of them all, the fairest of them all, the number one. Yeah, that. I said, you know what? I know this. I'm about to just insult him. I know this. I'm about to go talk smack. I didn't talk smack though. I saw him drive by and I looked at him bad, and I would actually wear a big ass t-shirt with white bandana and a hat that had the Joker symbol of the stores, the Joker stores, the original ones that were. It was a flag like that, all in white, black and white, and had hella scraps, and it was just scraps. It was just hella scraps. Hella sureños all in the hat, and I knew that's what it was. I knew that's what it was. I wear Abrix and try to say Abrix upside down is XIV, and that's hella disrespectful. And which t-shirt? The one of the La Virgen de Guadalupe is dressed as La Muerte. You know what I'm saying? And then at 25, because he kind of looked at me like, And then I me mugged him back. There you go. He actually went like this. He got mad. I don't know who it was. I remember, he might remember the moment, but he actually he got cool. He was cool and it rolled through. He didn't care. I told somebody, and then I said, you know, I'm not gonna tell nobody else. I just told one friend. I'm even in my thing. I was gonna go around telling people because that's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. And then you got other moments too. You got different things everywhere. Different things everywhere. Doing my thing, doing the B666. The B666 is bad. It's not good, unless everybody talks good about him. At that moment, he done cures. He done cures. It's some type of rare disease, some type of extremely painful disease. He done cured it. I don't forgot. All I know is I had a red T-shirt with a bunch of little stars on it because I'm copying BGF. That's all. That's BGF. I'm dressed like BGF. I'm out here red BGF. I'm red, black shorts, red lacing on the side of them, a red T-shirt with stars, Vans but are small, like not women's Vans, just Vans that are all black, but like the men's ones. Low top on the east side is red bandana on the east side, and then on my left, and I have red shoelaces on my left. My left shoe has red shoelaces, and then I had like an all red hat or something. And then I did something weird. I would do weird shit. And then my backpack was cowhide on the bottom. It was cowhide JanSport, but only cowhide from the bottom down. It was like $600. It was like $600, like $650, and nobody ever does that. It's just because my dad every now and then he'll come and show off and take us to the mall. And he'll buy himself like $800 pair of shoes and never gave us any money. He really did buy himself 800 pair of shoes. One time he gave my mom $2,000. He said, "Fuck it, you're always asking. Here's $2,000." My mom went crazy, like, "What the fuck? I can't believe it." Hell yeah! And then we went, and he said, "Well, however I'm gonna treat myself, I'm gonna treat you too." And she bought herself like a $650 purse at a leather store in New Park Mall, a leather store, a $650 purse. And I said, "I want that backpack then." And the backpack was like $650. That was the one. I was the one. All right, here goes for Gangsta Gucci. You see that PlayStation, how hard it is? You see this, how hard it is? You see this right here? Hard ass, heavy ass wood. You see this kneecap? No bruise. You saw my videos. You know I'm legit. You know I know what I'm talking about. This is a warning because you got your boy CJ blasting already telling me he said messaging me on my YouTube commenting, "Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right. This shit ain't gonna go down." Woo, woo. And I got people talking shit to me. See the soft part? This is the hard part. You see that? Soft part to that as hard as you can. To that kneecap. Imagine me. You see this chair? Standing on top of it, jumping up. Landing right on the soft part as hard as you possibly motherfucking can. Boom! On that edge, 4 times in a row, blood. I don't feel nothing. No bruise, no nothing. All I'm saying is you saw my podcasts. You saw my videos. You saw what I'm actually telling you. You know what it actually is. It's just me trying to talk shit because you got people from that brought you up. These 2 people from off of James Logan High School. Michelle and Ali, Instagram Ali, whatever the fuck, fat bitch, and Michelle, short sack of shit, came to my house to kick it with me the whole time. And then once they're there, they equilibrated. She started talking hella weird. All them niggas were watching me, blood. I was watching my clock. All them niggas must have been on my cell phone because I was looking at the time on my cell phone, and it went forward 30 minutes. I just saw my own 2 eyes. 30 minutes. I turned to the left. I see somebody hella mad because they finding out I'm 25. When it's like it's well known, you know what I'm saying? And then they started bringing you up and saying that they're related to, and they brought you up and did this and that, instead of Little Raider like they said at first. I swear to you, I had personally just saw Little Raider. I had just talked to Little Raider like a week before then. Who, you know what I'm saying? On 12th Street, on the railroad tracks of 12th Street. I was in my car. He was in his car. He was wearing a big white beanie, a black hoodie or a white hoodie. We passed by each other, rolling slow, and we made contact. And we stopped for a couple 30 seconds, and made communications between each other. And then this Michelle told me she was Lil Raider's little cousin and stuff. And they're going around spreading false rumors, hella tough about me, and then doing this. And they said that they were sent by you, and this and that. Now, why would I do that whole song? Well, because they're equilibrators themselves. And then, no matter what, there was somebody on 8th Street who looked just like you, talking shit to me, yelling out, coming out his car and stuff, and pretending to be him. And Michelle was a twin, and Michelle was in the car. But this was many years ago. It wasn't until after I uploaded the song that I noticed. You know what? It wasn't actually him. He was saying he was Gangsta Gucci and everything, though. He was saying he was you. He was saying he was from San Jose. He was saying he was you, and hella shit. I got a fool pretending to be my partner Daniel Baca, the younger than me, on 11th Street. And I used to kid with Daniel Baca. I used to be with Daniel Baca like every day for like just at a kick spot. And this kid, it looks nothing like him. It's a brown skinny flock boy with a gun, threatening me, talking about he got put on and I'm not put on, and that who put me on, and they want me to say names and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then who put you on? You know what I'm saying? Weird stuff like that and shit like that. And he said, "I'm Daniel Baca." I didn't do that to him because Daniel Baca had a gun on him, cocking it and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it looked nothing like him. And for the moment, I thought it was him, though. For the moment, I thought it was you. For the moment, I thought it was you. It's like that. So I really do. I be hitting them things. See this hand? You see that little cut right there? It's a fence that went in half. It went a whole centimeter and a half from hopping. It went in. Boom. I slammed in it. I pulled it out. I put my finger in it. Hella tough. I started moving it around, twitching it around, twisting it around everywhere. And then I put a lighter on it for 25 minutes. I was counting time. I didn't feel it out of adrenaline. I felt my body. I said, you know what, adrenaline? I'm not going to feel it. Let me test it out. And I never felt it. Same with that thing. I don't feel that thing over there either. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what that is. So what the fuck CJ blasting is? He's stupid. He don't know what it is. It's not about blasting foods. I've just seen my videos. You know what I'm saying? And pretty much it's on everything, based on everything. The fact that what was I talking about? Oh yeah, they're over there trying to say that there's no such thing as ranks and ranks don't exist, and that she reps and shit and doing hella stupid ass stuff. And no matter what, in equilibration, you know, that's just talking about the West Coast Freemasons, how they're eating shit. Listen to my songs, they're eating. They're out there eating on the streets. She's a transformer. She can transform and morph her face. So that's Ali. And the other person they transform into you temporarily. And then upon second thought, after reviewing your pictures really, really hard, I said, that's not you. He just hella looks like you. But after reviewing, I said, it wasn't him. And then no matter what, the person is like, the other person like a twin of Michelle. But this is like 5 years ago. Michelle was hella young. Right now, Michelle's 14. This Michelle, it cannot be her. You know what I'm saying? Then she's just going around saying a bunch of bad stuff, acting dumb, spreading false rumors on me. And while they were kicking it with me, I had my cell phone with me in my hand. I was going through it, and I saw my own clock advance 30 minutes. I had it, I looked at it, and right before I closed it, I blinked and looked at that alarm clock. I looked at that time right before I closed it. I brought it back up like 10 seconds later, 30 minutes into the future. I turned around to see what's up, and I see somebody sitting right there, hella sweating. I see Michelle sweating like a fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? It came down through to, that's what it is. I also hold world records. I hold a lot of world, not the pain records. I don't have no pain record, but no way. But I hold the world records on other stuff and just beginners type, not no organized crime against them. But I'm talking about like video games and shit and like stupid stuff. Or like maybe sitting down how many games of Madden you can play. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it. Yeah, I can play my franchise. I can go like 3 years on franchise in one day. And then win every game of Madden franchise on pretty hard mode. As a weaker team, pretty much the Raiders, and win. And then use the same gameplay at all times. You know what I'm saying? I play Association NBA 2K14 and win. You know what I'm saying? I'm a winner on NBA Association 2K14. And that's pretty much what that is. You know what I'm saying? I can do a lot of worse stuff than that too. It gets worse than that. I don't know who's out there trying to talk and trying to do this and that. They're out of pocket as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And that what I said right there is true. It's true. And I'm with them. I'm with who they are. So this is actually a good ending opportunity to actually equilibrate just like Lil Raider did and do some weird magic stuff that they're trying to put on me. Because once you do that, they'll consider you as in you put in work for them. And those are the big homies right there, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? They'll consider that in. They're like, all right, you know, you put in work for me, you put in work for them too. That's how it is. And then you got other situations, you know what I'm saying? You got different bunch of situations of people doing meditative skills and stuff and doing magic on each other. That's out of pocket. One reason why Gangsta Gucci don't want to mess with me. All right, y'all know I used to live on Tulane in front of Logan High School, James Logan High School. I paid $1,500 a month for the rent of my house. We rented. It was $1,500 a month on Tulane. It was this is the man who owned the house. It was my dad's friend, and then he has a twin brother who's always kicking with my dad, always talking to my dad, and they're friends. And then he owns the house. You feel me? He already made hella stuff to he already made so much. He might as well be, you know what I'm saying, off of everything he owns. He already stacked up. This is who owns the house. This is who owned this house on Tulane. He's my dad's friends. I don't say no names. I'm not out here saying names, but on here it's gonna say his name. But they got a different first name. This is who owns my house.
It's because I want it to be perfect.
Him right there. Off of West Coast Customs. I've been to 2 of his birthday barbecues. That's it. I've been inside their house though on Tulane. They were neighbors too. They're like 4 houses down. That's where they grew up. That's where them two grew up. By the time I went to the barbecues, he was moving away. I was into 2 birthday barbecues. That's it. And I was there for like 2 hours, and that's it. And none of that, I've been inside the house like 5 times though, like 6 times, all the way in. But nobody was there. It was just like random. We went to go say something. Look, there we go, right there. That's him. He owns my house on Tulane. He's the owner of the house on Tulane.
What problem? Well, we're drawing close to 45 amps.
I'm watching episode 1 of West Coast Customs. I'm about to watch every episode I was really going to.
Right now, technically 28 amps.
I'm bored. I done eat tacos. I'm done rapping for the day. I'm cool.
Why not?
I got game systems.
No one told me about it.
This on Netflix. This on Netflix on PS3.
How much? It says 1 amp right on the back. It goes at 12.1.